is finally happening. The moon, our celestial mirror, keeper of ancient tides and subconscious dreams, slips into the blazing constellation of Leo on June 19th, and with it comes an invisible current that few are prepared for. This is not just another lunar transit. This is a cosmic summons and a warning. For within the bold and fiery embrace of Leo, the moon doesn't whisper, it roars. It ignites the hidden embers within you, compelling you to rise, to express, to burn brightly, perhaps too brightly. But with this surge of solar pride comes a trap. Not one, not two, 7 traps, 7 dangers, 7 karmic snares that can undo days, even years of inner work if you're not vigilant. You see, the Leo moon isn't gentle. It doesn't coddle. Pushes you to perform, to shine, to claim your divine right to be seen. But if you misread this energy, or worse, misuse it, you may end up chasing shadows of ego rather than embodying the essence of soul. What makes this particular Leo moon even more potent is its alignment with Chiron's simmering influence and the shadow of Mercury's pre-retrograde echo, a cocktail of cosmic intensity. The universe is watching what you do with your power right now. So ask yourself, are you operating from sacred truth? Or are you being seduced by the illusion of grandeur? Are you ready to let your soul lead? Or will you fall prey to pride, performance, and projection? In this video, we will unveil the 7 critical things you must avoid during this Leo moon if you wish to stay aligned with your higher path. These aren't just tips, they are spiritual safeguards, energetic boundaries, ancient wisdom revived for this very moment. I will explain what this means for you in a moment. But before we go deeper, I want you to do 3 powerful things. Full moon like this video, it connects your energy with this transmission. Lionface, subscribe to the channel. If you're on a spiritual path, this space is your sanctuary. Red triangle pointed up, leave the number 369 in the comments. This sacred vortex number, used by Tesla and mystics alike, will energize the message and expand its reach across the quantum field. You can also share this video with someone you know is awakening. Support their path. Illuminate their journey. Because the Leo moon doesn't just call you, it calls all of us. Now, let's travel back in time. To understand why the moon in Leo holds such power, we must return to the ancient temples, where stars were maps, and every lunar shift was a message from the gods. Shall we go deeper? Long before modern astrology found its home in apps and daily horoscopes, the stars were sacred scripture. To the ancient Egyptians, Babylonians, and Vedic sages, the moon was not a satellite. It was a divine intermediary, a living spirit that absorbed the radiance of the unseen worlds and whispered their truths into the hearts of those willing to listen. And Leo was more than a zodiac sign. It was a symbol of solar divinity, linked to lions, kings, sun gods, and sacred rulers, not by chance, but by cosmic design. In ancient Kemet, Egypt, the lion was associated with Sekhmet, the fierce solar goddess of healing and destruction. She ruled with fire and ferocity, purging illusions and ego through chaos and power. Her gaze alone could incinerate untruth. In the Vedic tradition, Surya, the sun god, was seen as the soul of all beings, and the moon, or Chandra, reflected Surya's divine light. So when Chandra enters Leo, the domain of Surya, it is a return to the source, a merging of inner emotion with outer power. But there's tension here. The moon is soft, reflective, vulnerable. Leo is proud, radiant, commanding. The two must dance carefully or risk combustion. And what of the Greeks? They crowned Leo among the stars as a tribute to the Nemean lion, slain by Heracles in his first labor. This lion could not be killed by mortal weapons. Its hide was impenetrable. Its roar shook the earth. Heracles could only defeat it by embracing it, wrestling it with raw strength and sacred will. The myth is more than heroic fable. It is an allegory. To tame Leo, you must first tame yourself. This teaching flows through the esoteric traditions too. In Hermeticism, Leo corresponds with the solar plexus chakra, the seat of will, ego, and personal power. The moon, on the other hand, resonates with the sacral and root emotions and primal memory. When they combine, they stir deep ancestral energies. They can awaken suppressed gifts or inflame the inner saboteur. That's why the Leo moon isn't merely a phase. It is a spiritual trial. A test to see whether your fire is used for illumination or intimidation. Whether your expression comes from soul alignment or a craving for validation. Whether you are serving divine will or playing out karmic loops. Mystery schools knew this. They taught that certain lunar transits, especially those in fire signs, were thresholds. And initiates were warned. What you do under the fire moon echoes into the next 7 cycles. So when we speak of the Leo moon on June 19th, we are not speaking about a casual event. We are entering a portal. And just as you wouldn't enter a temple barefoot and unaware, you should not walk into this lunar fire without preparation. The energy is bold, magnetic, and tempting. It wants you to roar. But before you do, you must discern. Is it your soul that wants to speak, or your shadow? Because that's where the 7 warnings come in. These are not arbitrary behaviors to avoid. They are energetic pitfalls. Leo's light is blinding, and in that glare, your insecurities may masquerade as confidence. Your fear may wear the mask of performance. Your need to be seen may eclipse your capacity to see. And that is where the Leo moon tests you. Now that you understand the deep, sacred context, are you ready to face the 7 spiritual traps of this Leo moon? Under the Leo moon, your aura becomes magnetic. Your words carry more heat. Your presence, even unconsciously, begins to command attention. But here's the paradox. With that magnetism comes a heightened risk of distortion. Let's begin with the first 4 traps, subtle, seductive, and spiritually costly. 1. Avoid, seeking validation instead of truth. The Leo moon ignites a deep desire to be seen, not just noticed, but recognized. This desire is sacred when aligned. But if left unchecked, it becomes a thirst for applause instead of authenticity. Imagine standing on a stage, bathed in light. You speak not what your soul believes, but what you think the crowd wants to hear. In doing so, you betray your essence. Under this moon, be wary of the trap of performative spirituality. Don't do the ritual just to post about it. Don't share a download just to appear in tune. The Leo moon amplifies expression, but expression without integrity becomes ego theater. Ask yourself, am I expressing myself to be understood or to be approved? 2. Avoid dominating conversations or spaces. Leo rules leadership, yes, but there is a difference between being a leader and being a loudspeaker. During this transit, many feel an unconscious urge to take up more space, to control, interrupt, or redirect attention. This energy often masks an unhealed wound, the inner child who never felt heard. If you're not aware, you may bulldoze others' voices in an attempt to affirm your own. You might talk over a friend's intuition, override a group's consensus, or insist your way is the way. But sacred power doesn't demand, it inspires. It doesn't force, it magnetizes. In your interactions on June 19th, practice humble sovereignty. Speak when your heart pulses, not when your pride flares. 3. Avoid overcommitting to grand plans. The Leo moon can make everything feel urgent and epic. You may feel called to start a massive project, launch a business, confess your feelings, or make a life-altering decision. This isn't always wrong, but timing is key. Fire moon energy is flashy but fickle. Like a spark, it can ignite or burn out. Avoid signing contracts, making long-term promises, or declaring huge changes unless you've sat with them in stillness. Fire makes you act fast, but wisdom asks you to move with sacred pause. What feels like divine inspiration today might be emotional inflation sparked by lunar fire. Plant seeds, yes, but don't pour gasoline on them expecting a harvest overnight. 4. Avoid comparing your path to others. Leo energy is deeply tied to identity, who you are and how you shine. But in the age of social media, this quickly turns into comparison. Under this moon, you might scroll and feel the sting of not enough. You might see someone else's path and question your own. This is Leo's shadow, jealousy disguised as ambition. But remember, no two flames burn alike. The candle doesn't envy the sun, and the bonfire doesn't compete with the lighthouse. Each serves its own sacred purpose. If you find yourself comparing, pause, reflect, turn inward and ask, what part of me feels unseen, and how can I offer it the recognition it truly deserves? You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not less than. You are simply in a different phase of becoming. These 4 traps, validation, domination, overcommitment, and comparison, are the most common ways Leo's brilliance becomes your blindfold. But there are still 3 more, deeper, more insidious. They often arise once the moon's light begins to wane, and the shadow reveals itself. We've journeyed through the first 4 spiritual pitfalls, the outward expressions of Leo's fiery magnetism. Now we step into subtler territory. The last 3 traps are more internal. They masquerade as empowerment, but in truth, they slowly siphon your clarity, fragment your energy, and entangle you in karmic loops. Let's go deeper. 5. Avoid ignoring emotional vulnerability. Leo is the lion, the symbol of courage, strength, and pride. And while these traits are noble, they can build walls around the heart. During the Leo moon, there's a tendency to armor up, to appear unbothered, stoic, even above it all. Vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness. But this is a dangerous illusion. What happens when the heart roars but isn't heard? It echoes inward, becoming resentment or sadness in disguise. On June 19th, many will be tempted to suppress their inner truth, to laugh instead of cry, to brush off feelings that beg for expression. But remember, the lion may rule the savannah, but it also rests, bleeds, and mourns. Allow space for your emotions to rise. Write, cry. Speak gently to your inner child. Let your spiritual strength include softness. Let courage look like truth, even if it trembles. 6. Avoid creating false personas. One of the most seductive energies during the Leo moon is the creation of a mask. A persona carefully designed to impress, to enchant, to maintain control. The temptation is to project a version of yourself that looks perfect, powerful, radiant, but isn't quite real. This is the trap of spiritual ego. You may feel the urge to talk a certain way, dress a certain way, or declare yourself a healer, a light worker, a starseed leader, not from soul calling, but from a need to be admired. This is not judgment. It's a call to return to your essence. During the Leo moon, it's easy to confuse the mask for the medicine. But the truth is, people don't need your performance, they need your presence. Your realness, your heart. If you feel yourself slipping into character, pause, step back, reconnect with the version of you that doesn't need to perform to be powerful. Because your true radiance doesn't need a costume. It is already divine. 7. Avoid burning out your solar energy. The final warning is one many overlook: energetic burnout. The Leo moon ignites the solar plexus chakra. It activates passion, drive, ambition, and creativity. You may feel like you're on fire with ideas, ready to create, share, lead, and expand. But here's the paradox. Too much Leo energy burns from within. It can fry your nervous system, drain your chi, and leave you in spiritual exhaustion. Think of it like a solar flare, brilliant but volatile. If you don't ground this energy, you'll find yourself feeling anxious, overstimulated, or strangely depleted a day or two after the peak. The remedy? Intentional rest, ritual grounding, reconnection to the earth element. Walk barefoot, breathe deeply into your belly, slow your pace, drink water with reverence. Remember, your fire needs roots, or it will consume you instead of fuel you. These are the final 3 pitfalls. Crossmark the suppression of emotional truth. Crossmark the temptation to become a persona. Crossmark the self-destruction hidden in overactivation. Under the Leo moon, you are being watched, not by others, but by your own soul. Will you remain true to your sacred path, or will you get lost in the glare of your own light? Now that we've uncovered the 7 traps, are you ready to learn how to actually thrive under this Leo moon? Now that we've unveiled the 7 traps to avoid, the question becomes, what should you do during the Leo moon? Because beneath the cautions and the warnings, Leo energy is not to be feared. it is to be mastered. And when wielded with awareness, this transit becomes a powerful opportunity to rise into courageous authenticity, radiant truth, and creative sovereignty. So here are spiritual practices and energetic tools to help you align with the high frequency of the Leo moon on June 19th. 1. Anchor in the heart, the true throne of the lion. Despite its association with the ego, Leo's true seat is the heart chakra, the portal of divine will, not personal will. To stay balanced, begin your day with a ritual to center yourself in heart coherence. Crystal ball, try this. Place your right hand over your heart. Breathe in deeply for 5 seconds, hold for 5, and exhale for 5. As you breathe, whisper the words, I lead with love. I create with truth. I rise with humility. This simple act reprograms the Leo energy to serve the soul, not the ego. 2. Sacred solar creativity. Channel the fire, don't suppress it. Leo is ruled by the sun, the ultimate symbol of divine creation. During this moon, your creative channel is wide open. But remember, unexpressed fire turns into internal chaos. So create, dance, paint, record a voice note, write your truth even if no one sees it. Leo energy must move. Artist palette practice. Create something that is purely for you. No audience. No algorithm. Just expression. Let your soul speak without performance. Even 10 minutes of uninhibited creation can transmute emotional congestion into radiant flow. 3. Perform a mirror ritual. Awaken the lion within. Leo energy thrives on self-recognition, but not the kind that comes from likes or followers, the kind that comes from deep, sovereign witnessing of your own divinity. The mirror technique. Stand before a mirror. Gaze into your own eyes. Speak these words slowly, out loud. I am sovereign. I am enough. I am the flame and the stillness. I remember who I am. Notice what emotions rise. This practice can surface resistance, even tears. That's good. It means you're touching the raw truth beneath the mask. 4. Ground the fire with earth. Leo is fire. The moon is water. Their union can create steam, passionate but unstable. To stay balanced, you must ground yourself intentionally in the earth element. Herb grounding ritual. Walk barefoot outside for 5 minutes. Sit with your back against a tree. Place a stone like black tourmaline, hematite, or tiger's eye near your solar plexus. As you do, imagine your inner flame settling into a sacred hearth within you. Steady, warm, and sustainable. 5. Protect your aura from energetic vampirism. Because Leo makes you shine, your aura may draw attention from people who seek to drain or attach to your energy. Stay vigilant. Shield daily energy shielding. Visualize a radiant golden lion made of light circling around your aura, roaring with silent power. This lion is your guardian, loyal, fierce, and discerning. Say aloud, I protect my field. Only those in alignment with love and truth may enter. 6. Act with intention, not impulse. If you feel pulled to declare something big, starting a business, ending a relationship, calling someone out, pause. Ask, is this sacred action or wounded reaction? Write it down. Sit with it for 24 hours. Let the moon complete its movement before committing to major action. The fire will still be there tomorrow, but your clarity will be stronger. 7. Devote your fire to service. Leo is royalty, and true royalty serves. One of the most powerful ways to harmonize with Leo energy is to direct it toward uplifting others. Offer a kind word. Celebrate someone else's success. Share light not to be praised, but to activate. Fire when your fire becomes a torch, you become the path for others. Fire when your voice becomes a prayer, your life becomes a temple. These practices are your spiritual toolkit, designed not to dim Leo's brilliance, but to direct it into your soul's highest service. The moon will move on, but the decisions you make under its golden gaze echo into your next cycle of becoming. So here we are, standing at the edge of a celestial portal. The Leo moon, June 19th, is not just another lunar phase. It is a cosmic spotlight, beaming directly into your soul's inner stage, asking one single question. Will you perform for the world, or will you embody your truth? We've explored the 7 spiritual traps to avoid: validation seeking, domination, overpromising, comparison, emotional suppression, false persona, and burnout. Each is a distortion of Leo's divine fire. Each is a test wrapped in gold. And then we turn to the light, anchoring in your heart, awakening your creative essence, protecting your field, grounding your energy, and moving from expression to purpose. The lion, when awakened consciously, is not just powerful, it becomes sacred. It becomes the bridge between individual purpose and collective transformation. So as this moon rises, remember, full moon, your truth is not a trend. Full moon, your presence is not a product. Full moon, your light is not for sale. You are not here to impress, you are here to ignite. You are not here to compare, you are here to create. You are not here to perform, you are here to lead from love. Let the Leo moon remind you of the ancient flame that lives in your core. The flame that cannot be dimmed by others' shadows. The flame that doesn't ask for permission to shine. Tonight, step outside. Look up at the moon. Feel the fire within your chest answer its pull. Whisper this into the cosmos. I remember who I am. I walk in light without needing the spotlight. I lead not from fear, but from love, from courage, from soul. Sparkles, and before this transmission closes, I ask you to do 3 sacred things. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave the number 369 in the comments. This number carries the vibration of divine alignment and energetic amplification. By typing it, you charge this message and send its light to others who need it. And if someone came to mind while you watched, share this with them. It may unlock exactly what their spirit has been waiting for. The Leo moon is not just passing through you. It's awakening the lion that's been waiting inside you. Until next time, stay radiant, stay sovereign, stay sacred,